Welcome students and teachers to the Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Botanical Garden, Chashma shahi Srinagar, Kashmir. Let me tell you that this garden was mainly developed by Kailashnath Kaur, who himself was a great scientist and has worked on the improvement of xanthonin content in the Artemisia, especially the Artemisia maritima. He is credited for the introduction of many Central Asian, American, Chinese, and Japanese plants in the Chashma shahi Botanical Garden of Kashmir. Even the winter sweet Chimonanthus fragrans or Chimonanthus precox, then Buddleia species, Buddleia debidi, Buddleia lindoliana, then Chimonanthus, then Canomelis japonica or Japanese quince. The quince which we find in Kashmir, which is more popular and familiar to all of us, Bamsunt, is Cydonia oblonga. But here, which I am referring to, has the red pink flowers during spring season when the tulip have their magnificence. At that time, we also see Vircium or meadow saffron, Colchicum luteum, growing in the meadows. And in this garden, the very first flower which you are seeing now beside this artificial lake and intense blue flowers growing in abundance. This beautiful garden flower is Lobelia irinus, also known as the trailing lobelia. And why lobelia? Because it is named in honor of a botanist, Lobel. Many plants have the alkaloid contents, also lobeline, and they are considered poisonous also. So this beautiful trailing but intense blue flowering plant is Lobelia irinus. In India also we have our own native lobelias, and one lobelia which we see in central and south India, especially Maharashtra and even in northeast region, that is wild tobacco. But that is not tobacco. Tobacco is Nicotina tabacum. That belongs to different family, Solanaceae, potato family or tomato family. Solanaceae plants have the different floral architecture. But here I am referring to one lobelia which is referred to as wild tobacco. And in fact, the species name is also tobacco-leaved lobelia. So the binomial name of that plant, which is medicinal plant and used in the treatment of asthma and respiratory troubles, is known as Lobelia nicotinifolia. In India, we also find Lobelia inflata as introduced garden plant. Otherwise, it belongs to American lands. The most common plant which we see from the Lobelia family, which is called as the bell flower family, or Campanulaceae, are the campanulas. So beautiful Campanula latifolia is also grown in the Mughal gardens, Chashma shahi, Shalimar garden and Nishat garden. We have also introduced the Canterbury bells in our all Kashmir gardens, and that is the flower which is known as Campanula medium. But on way to Gurez and even in Dhara area near to Dachigam National Park, on rocks we find another unique Campanula which is called as Campanula kashmiriana. Campanula latifolia, in fact locally called as bronze in Kashmiri language, is also reported to be edible. Next, let us talk about this unique tree, which is the national tree of China, and Ginkgo biloba, having the 270 million years old antiquity, kind of living fossil, even living. The Q tree, this is sometimes named as, and this is Ginkgo biloba, having the fan-shaped bilobed leaves, and a unique character is having the motile spermatozoids and the unique dichotomous kind of fan-shaped leaf venation. These trees are male and female separate, so we also find the male and female trees growing at Sheikhul Alam airport at the main entrance. And this tree, when we have the autumn season, they have golden yellow beauty. And since these so-called fruits, you don't have fruits because this is a gymnosperm, Ginkgo biloba, but superficial resemblance to apricots has earned it the name Ginkgo, because in the Chinese language, it means silvery apricot. So this has superficially resembling apricot-like seeds, basically having a fleshy sarcode testa, and on maturity they also emit the butyric acid smell. This tree is pollution resistant and insect pest resistant and is recommended for planting in the polluted cities. So it has been planted globally everywhere, but in the natural native habitat, it is considered as a very threatened tree, and it has survived extinction only uh, through cultivation, because this is considered very sacred to the Buddhist monks, and they have planted it everywhere. The oldest Ginkgo biloba tree existed at Lal Mandi in Kashmir, but now it is not there. Come here, students. Here you see the beautiful introduced plant, and this is Staphylia modi, bladderbird, Himalayan bladderbird, and you look at this fruit which is hanging, and it is exactly like inflated bladder like. So it is named as bladderbird. You have the opposite leaves, and each leaf is trifoliate. This is the unique feature of Staphylia modi, a Himalayan bladderbird shrub. And another unique character is on the stem you have the snake-like serpentine lines, which earned it the Dogri name as Chitra, because in Chitra means tiger, you also have the stripes, black stripes. So because of that serpentine stripes, it has its name as Chitra. Although in Kashmiri language it is called as Shalshatra. Thank you.